Hey folks, how you doing? There it is, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. And if you are looking for a smartwatch which is compatible with all devices, then buckle your seats, get ready for the video because we're about to get started with the top 7 things to know about the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3. So point number 1 on the list are the fitness features. So let's start with them. Like the previous Samsung watches, you have lots of different exercises to choose from. But before you start your workouts, be sure to switch out the leather band since your sweat and the leather won't cooperate that good. Now, what I have noticed that the exercises are only specific for fitness. So as you can see, we got running, other workouts, crunches, and if you scroll down a little bit further, you get more workout and you get arm curls, you got leg press and all the kind of shenanigans. And you even have stretching. So what the Fitbit Versa 3 doesn't have, so just as a side note. Once you start an exercise, another screen will pop up after a 3-second timer. You can even skip it if you want to, if you click on it. Okay. And it will show you now the calories, durations, some basic information, your heart rate. It always depends on which exercise you're doing. So if you swipe right now, you get your heart rate, average heart rate, and maximum heart rate. If you would have started another exercise like bicycle or something like that, you would get the average pace and speed and stuff like that. Now if you go to the other side, on the left side, you can open up your music app if you want to and control it with your watch. Of course, you have the standard heart rate monitoring as well, so you can monitor your heart rate 24 hours a day if you want to, and you get a little bit of sleep tracking as well. On that watch you also have a blood oxygen scanner. Now in comparison to the Fitbit Versa 3, you can now do those measurements on demand. Well, I still don't know what these numbers mean, so maybe you can tell me in the comments below. The next thing is the fall detection. Now fall detection means that if something happens to you, your watch will automatically send a message or SMS to your emergency contact with your GPS data, just in case. Now the last thing, well, I don't really use this feature, but you also can measure your stress level. So, number 2 on the list, the Samsung OS and the dashboard. Now, the Samsung OS is really easy to use. You can scroll through your tiles by swiping left or right if you want to, or you can just use the fully rotatable bezel, which is my preferred way of navigating through your widgets. Now, if you want to dispatch one of the widgets, you just give it a 2-second press and press the minus button. If you want to add some, just go all the way to the right, click add widget, and it will now let you choose between a variety of different widgets based on your installed apps. So let's say Samsung Health. And there we have it. You also have really good selection of pre-installed clock faces here on the Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 with all kinds of analog and fancy digital clock faces. And most of them are even customizable. So you just have to click the customize button and it will let you customize the hands, the color if you want to, and the data which is shown on the clock face. So let's say we want to have a yellow and press OK, and there we have it. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 does serve single band Wi-Fi support. So you can download all your apps and clock faces directly from the internet without going through your smartphone. And it has full LTE support. The watch also has 2 physical buttons. The top one will always bring you back to the home screen, and the bottom one will open the apps menu. And besides that, there are no other functions for these buttons. Now as you can see, the apps menu is pretty stacked with some pre-installed apps already, just you can see. So we got some gallery, Find My Phone app, stopwatch, and all kind of stuff. Now let's go back into the dashboard. Now you got the do not disturb mode, you got the good night mode, your sound, you can turn it off, you're always on display, and your settings. So over here you can swap your watch faces as well. Go through your apps, sound and vibrations, display, so you can turn up your brightness a little bit if you want to. So let's put it on 10. So brightness on 10. Now you got some advanced, some connections, generals, accessibility, and all those kind of shenanigans. So let's go back once again. So over here you can also set your brightness if you want to. You got your Bluetooth, so if you want to connect your headphones or something like that, your Wi-Fi, your water mode, theater mode, and the battery mode, to which we'll get later on in the video. And on the last page you have the Find My Phone app, Do Not Disturb, flight mode, and the flashlight. The flashlight is pretty bright. You can dim it a little bit if you want to, and if you touch it again 3 times, it has a little blinking mode. Now, as for point number 3, we're gonna talk about some basic details. Now, like newer smartphones, these watches aren't cheap. If you wanna get the smaller one, the 41mm one, you will have to pay 467 euros. And if you wanna get the size bigger, 45mm, you will have to pay 496 euros. So they're definitely on the expensive side of things. Now, these are the prices that I found on the Samsung official store. Now, if you look on Amazon or other stores, you might get a better deal. Now, as for the colors, the small one, this one, you will get in the colors Mystic Black and Mystic Bronze. And the bigger one, you will get in Mystic Silver and Mystic Black. Now, guys, Mystic, really? Just call it black and silver. I guess that's enough. For your money, you will also get a real genuine leather band in the colors pink and black, even though the pink one is only available for the 41mm watch. If you're buying the watch with the intent to use it mainly for the sports function, I would highly suggest spending a little bit more money to get an extra silicone band, since the leather band doesn't do good in those kind of situations. Another reason to get the watch with a silicone band is that the watch itself is water resistant up to 5 APM, which is about 50 meters, but the leather band of course is not water resistant. Just as a quick tip, like most smartwatches, this watch is a bit chunky, but still only weighs 50 grams, so they are pretty comfortable to wear, and in my opinion they look pretty elegant. The 41mm watch has a 1.2 inch AMOLED display, and the bigger one, 45mm model, has a 1.4 inch display. But besides the size difference, the two watches are exactly the same. Both watches will give you crisp images, and you will be able to read those tiny texts with ease. You also have Gorilla Glass DX, which means you can drop the watch or bump into anything and the screen shouldn't get a crack. Now, as for point number 4, let's get to the battery modes. In order to get there, you have to scroll down. You see I have 42% left. To the right, battery life. And you basically have 3 power modes. You have the standard one, which will give you 14.5 hours of battery life. You have the power saving option, which will give you 1 day more. And you have the watch only, which will literally only give you the clock face. And that will give you 17 days, 14 hours and 12 minutes of battery life. Now, if you go back once, you can click optimize battery, and that will tell you what you can turn off, or brightness down, or screen timeout, NFC and stuff like that. It will turn it off to optimize your battery life. Now for point number 5, let's talk about the inbuilt GPS and the speakers. Now, of course, you have inbuilt GPS, so you don't have to carry around your smartphone while you go for a jog or go anywhere. Now, as for the inbuilt speakers, let's test them with this app right here. So let me talk. I guess I don't know what to say, but I hope it is recording. So let's see. Press play and I guess I don't know what to say, but I hope it is recording. So let's see. So as you can see, you got the inbuilt speakers. So of course you can not only do stuff like that, but you can also answer calls or refuse them if you want to, but you will still look like a total fool talking to your wrist. So let's get to point number 6, the features to come in March 2021. So the first one will be the measurement of your blood pressure. So through your wrist sensors, you will be able to track your blood pressure 24 hours a day. So through the day and through the night. The second one will be the ECG function. In order to do this, you will have to press the back button for 30 seconds, and now it will do an ECG. And if you want to, you can go with this ECG to your doctor and see if something is irregular with your heart or something like that. So let's get to point number 7, the last point, and it will be a quick point too. And that is that this watch is compatible with iOS, so iPhones, and with some Android phones. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.